Welcome back to Imagination Station Network, and no, we're not in the headquarters. Me and wee Jan are out and about. I might call this episode Out and About, actually. So, we're in Ayrshire, we're in the Riverside Hotel. We have been busy, but it's not about me, it's about my guest, Steve. Me and Steve go way back. Steve's actually, you're going to get to see some of the team members in Jag Art 82 that you don't see because they don't stay where we stay, and plus we like to involve them when we can. Steve is our Ayrshire correspondent as such. Tell us a wee bit about yourself, Steve, or tell the peeps.
Don't know. What do you want to know?
Everything. Tell us.
When I started, obviously, always been drawn. And then it was only until, when was it, COVID? 2020, he asked me to do a dog portrait.
That's right.
I've done the dog portrait. And then...
We're a long way. Hold on, I forgot. How are you feeling today? You always need to start that. How are you feeling today?
I mean, I felt better. I don't like being in front of the camera. I prefer being behind it. But, so the wee pup, the wee black lab, kicked off back in the day. And then after that, I think I got a footballer, wasn't it? Like a pencil.
Right.
Again, never really like that. Felt that was when I really realised I really need to have a good quality photograph to work off.
Sounds like Ian. You sound like Ian.
I'm only as good as the picture provided, kind of thing.
You sound like Ian. Unfortunately, John.
I'd love to be able to draw from mind and all that kind of, but I just can't do it.
I think it's though you need to take it from somewhere. So, as you guess, Steve's an artist. Me and Steve go way back, and the days shows you how old we are. We'll see if any of you are actually still alive out there that remember phones for you. That's where we worked, man, selling mobile phones. That was alright, that gig, wasn't it?
It was a good job, working with good people, but too much of conscience to be a salesman, to be fair.
We were too.
Just couldn't do it, like.
But Steve he's also he's a collector. You have a collection. I remember going back to your house after a random night out. Not that I often go back to random men's houses, by the way, might add that in. And he's had all his DVD collection all on the side and all his stuff and drawings he'd done, and it was brilliant, man. It was great to see. So that's where the friendship came from.
I still have them. I'm still like the comics, the Hulks, posters, film sales. I get involved in one thing and I kind of get hooked on it.
I know that all too well. That's where the bond came from. You know, Steve, as much as we don't talk often, I send you a wee message every day, but to have people who can do stuff that I can't do is the whole idea. Because it's not the James show as people think. Mm-hmm. It's about building Jag Art 82 into something that we can all enjoy and we can all do, and that's why he's here on the podcast today. And I've been coming for ages to get you on the podcast, and it's time and places, and
I've always been working.
Aye, I know, man, you're at it. But Steve's a very good artist, and we'll plug him straight away. So we've wrote on the board there, it's Steve B81. What's that? Underscore ART on Instagram and Facebook. But as you can tell, he's no fake here. I was there first.
I suppose you'd probably say I am. Born in Belfast, and then I was 18 when I came over to Scotland, and I've been here since. That'll be 26 years now.
Wow, man.
September.
And we sleepy Ayr.
Aye, Ayr and then Troon.
That's right, I thought you said in Troon. So the idea of the show is for people we're trying to get the people out from behind the couch, like ourselves. We were once upon a time those people who didn't take it like as a job, because we didn't take ourselves too seriously about art and stuff. And I remember when I first started this, and he's like, "Oh, when did you start drawing?" And I was like, "Bloody I tell you all the years ago when I came home to your house that night and we were partying." I'm like, "You didn't believe me." So for me, it was when I finally gave up the alcohol and the drugs and the lifestyle that I had. And I'll be honest with you, I often think that the fact has gone there and not so much the partying, but seeing somebody who, because you've been there for me for times where other people don't. Folk don't understand autism or ADHD. So that's one of the reasons as well why we'll have you on the show, is to say that you know, I'm eternally grateful for that, as well as now we have a partnership where I can phone you up and say, you know, this customer's looking for this piece of art. But that's where it comes from, because you're a good guy. You got a dry sense of humour. A dry sense of humour. And that's how we blended.
The place for it.
But your art, where did it come from? Where's the love of art? Because when you send me pictures of some of the dogs you've done, and I'm like, that's epic.
I mean, when I was younger, I could always draw. Drew all the time. Loved to draw. Would draw just to calm down, relax, take the stress away. And then I suppose started doing it at GCSEs, and then just started to hate it. Being told what you had to draw, you had to write why you wanted to draw it, and it turned into an essay. It just wasn't for me. My work got stolen, and I just came away from it then. So I failed. I think I got, what did I get? An E in the GCSEs, because I just never bothered. My shirt went. They had the teachers asked me to do the stuff all over again, but back then I was all about quantity and not quality kind of thing, or quality over quantity. So I just refused to do it. And then they asked me if I'd do A levels. And so if I can guarantee the same thing won't happen again. And lo and behold, same kind of pattern, no art teacher, no guidance. And I was never taught. That was the whole thing for me growing up. I mean, I was never taught how to draw or how to paint, or to just, in school you were just given a paintbrush, a tub of paint, and said, right, paint that, draw this, do that. No one ever sat down, taught you a technique or anything like that. So I came away from that. When I was at uni, I would draw every now and again just to try and impress the girls or anything like that. Do a wee bit to get back in, because I missed home and that, so I'd draw a wee bit again. But as you get older, you just fall away from it. The passion's not there. I don't know what it is now. I mean, I don't draw. People think drawing is relaxing and it takes away the stress, but it doesn't. Definitely not.
When you got a commission, that gives you the stress, huh?
Whenever you start talking about money, how much it is, and you're trying to do a good job, and I've always said, like, my platforms, when I try and get people, I'll take them along the journey with me. I'll try and ask about the subject, about the dog I'm painting, about the people I'm painting or drawing, just so I can put my heart and soul into them. I'll leave the eyes to the last. I feel that's what makes the picture pop. The eyes.
That's different. Like, Ian told me to put the eyes in first, didn't he? And that freaked me out, because I always asked you, and you're like, put the eyes in last, and now I'm like, I'm conflicted. I'm like, they're getting the eyes right if you want to
do everything, because you always fix up the eyes. Whereas you mess up the start, then you're kind of stuck, or at least everything else you can work around it to disguise it. But yeah, it's amazing to know, like, people appreciate your work, and they come back and they ask you, and they see it being good, where you always see the inconsistencies and you see the rubbish. And every piece you're learning something different. You're learning a different technique. You're getting quicker, something, and everything like that. Yeah.
That's the brilliant, because the fact is that two things that we've yet to be wrong. Everybody we've had on the show is, when passion doesn't meet privilege. You know, we're not privileged people. I'm not educated with art. I'm not educated with anything. I've learned stuff, and I've learned for you, and I've learned for the peers and the people. It's like, and I'm no shy at crediting people back and going, you know, the reason why I do what I do is because I ask questions. Remember, it was just me at the beginning, messaging you back and forward, and I'm like, how do you do that? And you would make me a wee video. So that's why you're similar to Ian, because Ian will make me wee videos, and I'll go and try it. Obviously, I'm going to do it my own way after he sent it.
There's no right or wrong way, and it's art's always subjective and all that. And like,
before we came in, I said to Jan, fear has killed me. I was walking down Northern Mall. Femdy doesn't know, it's just joined us. I'm fae this place Ayrshire in Cowan, and you know, I was walking down Northern Mall, and I said, Jan, you know, I used to be look forward to coming down here with my mum, and that's what we would do. We would go in and we'd buy a wee jotter.
When there were shops in it.
When there was like pencils, and I'd be excited. Obviously, I was dopamine hunting, because that would get me there, and then I got paranoid, and you think, and then the fear. Did you know that the statistics is that people, kids who draw, they get up to the ages between 6 and 9, they say. I told this yesterday, and they're told that they're no good, they're rubbish, and they don't ever go back to it until, I mean for me, I was 37 before I went back to it, but people don't, the kids don't go because they're scared that.
Well, it's definitely the schools that do it. I mean, the art teachers, I remember there's one art teacher always told me I would get nowhere in life
That
and all that
cut?
and everything.
Is that a power cut? Lights are on it. Baby, when the lights
Need to
go
top up the generator.
Jan, wind that up.
But I they were just saying you'll get nowhere in life and all that. And there's a big artist, this guy down in Birmingham, Jag Art, and again, amazing guy, can draw with any medium. Does a lot of charity work as well. I've got a couple of commissions off him for gifts, and then he transferred over to tattoo. And his work's just like his skin works just like off of paper, like. But again, same story with him. Our teachers told him he was crap. He would never get anywhere with his art.
But do you not think that
he sells Tyson Fury has his gloves painted and all in his house and stuff like that.
Are you got a poltergeist here, man?
I know,
This is
like someone's sitting over my shoulder. Right?
But I said this yesterday as well. I said to Mel and the wee man yesterday that you're only your worst enemy when you're painting and you're writing. Like, I didn't think I would be a writer and be able to stand up to people and show them my books and my writing, because you do need help out there. You do need that wee stepping stone for somebody to go, you know what, you could do that. But the way you're saying, like, teachers, that was it. It was Mrs. Thompson's story. Mrs. Thompson on primary 4 says to me, the book called A Witch Called Meg and a Cat Called Mog.
No, is that a Scottish thing?
No, I don't think so. Is that a Scottish? No. So that was the book that inspired me.
I was in Belfast, we were deprived.
You blame me for that. The fact is that book inspired me. The teacher, I said to her after that, was like, because I was that wee kid with a big chunky pencil, and I was because I couldn't write properly. And I says, I'm going, Mrs. Thompson, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be an author. And she's like, okay, Jim, pat me on the back.
Good for you.
And I'm like, when I got sober, I remembered that, and I was like, how dare you, man? But because we're no privileged, we didn't go and have all this. I think we work, I can't say twice as hard, but we work at a different pace and a different style because of the fear and the stuff that was being
it's reverse psychology. And if someone tells you you're good, you're not going to do it. You'll do it to prove them wrong and everything like that. You definitely will.
But I think people should keep their mouth shut. I'm going to be honest with that. I think people should just let people discover them for themselves and stop trying to squeeze them into this hypothetical box. I never went to university. I do all right for paintings. I do all right for writing. I guess that's why we're back onto why this show exists as well. It's like, this exists because I want to show people what can be achieved. Two pals working alongside each other. My Ayrshire accent seems to be trying to creep back into me. It's like we're working alongside each other and we're like in harmony. They're like when people message and I send you the message and it's like, and Stevie's always saying, and then take money. It's not about money, it's about the transaction of life.
Character,
showing somebody that, we care about the thing we do because we've had the same journey and we meet in the middle. That's right, Jan, innit? That's what I say all the time. It's like, when the time is right, but if people don't know, and I'm talking to you guys out there, it's like, if you're watching this and you have something that you've always wanted to do, it's like, go and do it. What was that thing I said today, Jan, that I put out on TikTok? TikTok's Jag Art 82, by the way, if you're not following us. It's like when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, then what's the name of that?
When you come comparison.
Aye, what is the name of that? When you compare yourself to somebody else, it's the thief of joy or something.
Confidence and all that, isn't it? You want what someone else always wants.
Aye, but if you're always comparing yourself to how somebody else does, that's going to steal it off you.
Yeah.
You've got to do it your own way and find out, and like everybody says, you've got to make mistakes in order for you to get somewhere. But hey, if nobody tells you, man, I'm proud of you and what you've done and the period that you've done it in and the stuff that you've helped along with us. So it's right that we pay it back, man. I'm still stuck in the mind of phones for you, by the way. I forgot all about that. So, I think, have you brought something in? We're trying to talk Stevie into coming down to the Floors Castle, a landscape artist here, or the Paxton House landscape artist of the year. We'll get him done, man. This is all his ex-girlfriends and stuff.
And the black book, aye.
I thought it would be weird. Oh, wow, man.
One's going to go over to Australia.
Yeah.
It's in the process of getting finished. That's what the dog Bluey just now. Bluey, that Australian cartoon.
Aye.
a blue terrier or something like that. That's what that is. That's what
Nice.
that dog's based on.
Brilliant.
That's Chester.
That's his name, Chester. You send this wee video to the owner. That's it. No, quite complete, but in the process, in the transaction, it's nice when you send them abroad, man, and say to
It's good to think we're going to be so far away.
all over the world, aye.
I always think I drew an article, one based on one of my photography, one of my photos. It's one of the churches in there,
Oh, aye.
behind where I used to live. No,
Aye.
the
Where my
town
car
hall or
broke
something
down. Where
like
my
that.
car broke down.
What was that?
There's a girl who follows us at Yaz, doesn't she? She does paintings like that. Got the same kind of style. I've got a wee copy of this one. I like that one.
That was my very first, one of my second painting or something like that
Aye.
I done, and I realised, I could probably be good at it. People always thought that was a photograph.
Great wee soul in that wee dog, isn't it?
We
great wee
Hunter
soul,
now.
aye.
We Hunter's died, unfortunately.
Oh,
He died.
R.I.P. Hunter.
Aye.
R.I.P. wee Hunter. Aye, because I like the
It's
wee
always a
background
favourite
and the wee
one.
beach.
People always think it's a photograph.
Brilliant. Epic, man.
They're prints, limited edition. I think I've got 4 left.
Cool, man. What else are you working on?
Just a wee free one for a wee snack shack, the wee dog place, Dog Deli in Prestwick.
Ah,
It's the girl,
it's
the
like
owner's 2 dogs.
that's like your dog, Chan.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of dog it's.
It's like a
What they're called.
wee
That is a cave.
Cairn Terrier. Just with a haircut, man.
All the things is just like stuff I do for myself.
Epic. Ian
That's
does
all like-
stuff like that and all, man.
Stuff like my films. And that was the very first one I done. That
I like the colours in these ones.
the what do you call him? One of the producers in Disney actually liked that on
Aye.
Instagram at one point. Aye, well he's not there anymore, so unfortunately I can't really claim that anymore. But no, it was good at the time.
That's brilliant.
Well, that's we showcase some of the stuff.
Yeah, hook him up. Go and visit Steve B81 Art. He'll upload his stuff. But I think, see, when you've got something to show and you've got something in the work that goes into it, because like we discussed when we were talking earlier in the foyer, is it's the journey with it though, man. And you're right. How do you price stuff? And that's the bit that gives me the fear still. But you're pricing your lineage of the work that you've worked hard to put on, and you should never shoot yourself
I
down.
know it's hard, because it's time, it's materials.
Because you want to
stress.
sell as well, but you don't
Yeah,
want to get
aye.
away from nothing. That's the whole point, man. You don't want to shut yourself down. Do you find that as Ayrshire, where's the best as an artist? Do you think for what am I trying to say? Where's the best runabout here that you can say that would be for an artist? I'm trying to pick your brains now, maybe for a wee landscape artist of the year on this thing. If there's anywhere, I think you mentioned somewhere earlier.
Or to draw,
If-
or
Well, if we were to do an Ayrshire landscape artist of the year,
I don't know. I mean, the Croy House.
Croy
Down
House,
Croy, down where was it Maidens?
Maidens.
Down there's nice and everything like
Maybe
that's
note
down
that
near
down.
Killian. Picturesque. Don't know. I mean, Kilroy's always been a favourite of mine, like the road and the way the trees all go through the lights of the trees and everything like that. But you can't really paint there. You'd end up getting mowed over the cars.
Aye, Ian likes
You
to
got
paint the
Brigham.
side of the road, doesn't he?
And you got Brigadoon. That's always a nice one.
Oh, I never even thought of Brigadoon, actually. We drove through there. I guess that the reason I'm asking that is because when artists paint, when artists paint, they generally just stick to one genre, whereas we kind of go between all different styles and all
try
different
different,
things because it's how it makes us feel. I always wonder, is it because of where we come from? Is it because of where we stay? But I guess it's how you feel on the day, isn't it?
For me, it's just whatever people are asking for. You just try and be versatile that way.
Commissions.
So you try and think what's the niche just now. Like when I'm trying to do like cartoon kind of animals and that kind of like Disney-fied and all that. But the biggest thing now, the hardest thing is just you're against AI. People just have to put on their phone now what they want, and that will do it for them. And don't have to pay for it. But that's soulless. That's nothing like it. That's what I don't like about it.
We used as a test because we're a didactic company, so we've got to move with the times. And AI's been about for a long time. It's just that now as plebs are getting a shot at it. They've
It's free. It's more
commercialised it.
mainstream
Aye.
now.
So we used it in my new book. because, and I can tell this because we've shared it yesterday. Like, we made a digital image, and then we wanted to try it, like use the background and the characters, and then we used the AI. So we already had the images because we're getting a cartoon made out of it, and it was like it made sense to have that.
Yeah,
But the people came for us in the comments. You're an artist and this. And I'm like, I know and I'm a didactic company which needs to blend in with this. Whether I agree with it or not, it's like it's easier for them, people, or Josh, who's going to be doing the cartoon, to do that, and that will tie into the other thing that we can't talk about on the camera just yet.
Yeah,
And that's where that ties in. But again, I always said I would never talk about the AI because it is killing businesses, man. But for people like ourselves, AI isn't going to be able to put the soul in your wee dog.
Yeah, no,
It's
definitely
not
not.
going to be able to give you that touch where it's signed by Steve B. Art.
Yeah, no, you can't be the hand drawn thing.
Yeah, I see a lot of people were
Definitely
out protesting. I got a few friends online that were protesting yesterday, and rightly so. I think it's when their stuff pops up that they never gave permission or is
yeah,
close
the
to it.
copyright kind of, yeah.
But again, it's the same thing as like Stephen Brown with the coups. Remember I said to you?
Oh,
And it was Steve.
that.
Stevie says he's like,
Stand that.
I said, I want to paint a coup. I want to have coups in my collection. And he said, he's not the first person to paint a colourful coup. And it was you that said that to me in 2020, and I'm like,
yeah, kids have been
"Jeez,
calling him
man,
like
you're
that
right,
for
man.
years.
You're right." And I went away, and I was like, "Right, okay, man." And I started, and that's where Jaggy and Haggy were born. When people are kind and they give you information and they'll go, "Well, why are you copying somebody?" I'm no. You cannot. You're not going to be able to copy your 10-year own version. But AI is not like that. That's why I was saying that AI is just boom straight out there. And hey, it's not gone away. And people have built up businesses. If you were to give somebody some advice, never a demand, always just suggestions. If they want to start out on very beginning, like if they want to paint pet portraits, what would be the advice? Where would the starter pack be?
I just find your style and work with that kind of thing. I don't have a style. I just copy. So
Stephen's at his own AI.
so as long as I have a good kind of reference photograph, I'll work from that. And I suppose my style for my pet portraits is realism. I'll try and make it as realistic to the photograph as I can get. But I want you to find your own kind of niche, your own kind of style. It will always be yours, and you'll know it's your work then, kind of.
One of the things I'm always talking about is the thing, and it works in everything. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or if you're an aeronautical engineer. The things that will slow you down are people, places, and economic insecurity. The economic insecurity, money, people, because they will constantly either criticise you or pull you down. In places, you can be in places and hear stuff and experience stuff you don't want to experience.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's similar money, like it's not worth that, but what's worth something to one person's going to be worth a lot more than another. One man's rubbish is another man's treasure.
Exactly, man. I paint on anything. If it's no nailed down, I'm painting on it. I'm constant. That's my thing. It's finding that synergy in it that works with you and what you're trying to achieve. That's the thing I'm always thinking about. What is it you're trying to achieve? Because I'm quite cryptic, and I don't think I set out to be that or initially cryptic about what I'm doing. I literally, and even when Jan was saying earlier, we're like, I'm telling stuff to you that Jan doesn't even know because it's cryptic.
But again,
I'm still on that AI thing. It's like because the things out there in the world are going on, and it is flattery if somebody uses it, but if you've not had the chance to use it for yourself,
I know.
Hold on a minute.
No, it's annoying.
What's his address?
I always remember that myself. I was a student, and I could write a couple of film scripts and that, and then you had an idea, and it's never been done before, and then 2 years later, buddy comes out, and you think, I had that idea. That could have been me.
Mate, you're just talking my language, man. I'm always saying that. I'm like, man, I was too slow. It all comes down to money. All comes down to money,
who you know as well.
Exactly, aye. But again, that's where the passion doesn't meet privilege. If you're not privileged to be able to get all that, you're going to have to graft up for it, man. Aye, I came up with a book idea as well, man, didn't I, Jan? In the Mal, they still call it the Mal in Irvine.
Aye. I think they do.
After I said to her, I was like, Jan, we used to work in there. That was phones for you. Me and Stevie worked in that one with Irvine.
I'm Mark.
Aye. Mark, man, what's happened to him? We'll talk about it after it. It's like, that's what happens when you go down memory lane, man. But art is about this. It's about the art of conversation. It's about the art of drawing something. It's about the art of putting something in. But it needs to be fun and all, man. What's the funniest thing you can say about anything you've ever done when you're drawing?
I think probably my wee man pissing on it one bit when he was a wee baby,
Aye.
getting wet on the table and just lifted him up, and the pea just started flying over.
Did you still paint it?
Someone, I mean, it's bought it was a commission, like I couldn't not.
Don't tell us what
So
it
I
is.
can't remember what picture it was now, like, so it's going back 3 years ago, but he got some wee man's pee on it.
Pete,
I think it was using yellows at the time, so it kind of blended in.
that's good, man. My cat ripped up a squirrel painting that I did,
Oof.
but it was bought and the money was in the bank, and that's the only technically the ever refund I've ever had to give, man. And I was like, I'll paint another one. That's not the same. And then I was like engaging in the conversation of, well, you know, I could do it, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
And then she's like, I would, and it was like getting violent. I'm like, I'm a cat. It's a kitten. And I was like, right, okay. And now I've locked my studio in the house because so the cat's.
I know it's all different. Even like John, when you've got 2 dogs in the house, and you'll be sitting drawing, next thing you know, the bark, and it goes across
Or the hairs. Or the hairs.
I don't get that because I
Like
was
for what,
saying
my acrylic?
the dogs don't cast, but probably more hairs of myself kind of thing coming off the page.
Just to give you context, like even I'm sitting here thinking, yesterday I launched my new book and it was great. It was in Conan. And I shut a few doors and opened up a few yesterday, and Stevie's wee boy was there, and 2 things made me. I'll remember this forever, by the way. I say he yawned, and I says, "You all right?" He says, "I'm bored."
Yeah,
And for everybody's like, I said, "Hey," I said, "What can I do?" He's like, "Nothing." I was like, "Hey, I can't say it." 2 minutes later, he farted, and I was like, "Right, what's happening here now, man?" And that's the real stuff that I like. I like the fact is that, you know, nobody's embarrassed about a kid expressing himself, and that's why as soon as he did that, that was my in with the story. You know, did you know that statistically kids between the ages 6 to 9 are told you're rubbish at art, or you're rubbish at that, or you're rubbish, and then they don't take that as an avenue because we're told that artists don't make any money, and the artists that you see, but everybody's focusing on the old stuff like Whistler's Mother or the, and that's great. But there's artists out there that they don't paint like that. I don't paint like that. I've got my own versions, but they're still, again, it's back to the box. You can tell I get passionate about these things, man. But that one fart led me on an absolute topic, man. And it was great. It was great for them coming yesterday as well. I just think that if we don't talk about stuff like that, then we're not doing our jobs as trying to inspire, or like it says, inspire to be inspired. I used that many times yesterday, because people don't believe me when I'm up there telling them I'm written it. I'm nervous up here. You just don't see it because I'm a serial masker and I'm going for it. And I've just thought, you know, if we don't talk about these things and have great folk like yourself on this show, then how are we gonna, Steve, how does he know that if his kid pees on that, he can't keep using it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, it's that story's went in my brain, and it's calculated. The fact is, the people buying it don't know these things. We're worst enemies.
There's a story behind it. I know, definitely. Well, like, you can always see that's some of the things I do as well. Like, I'll talk to them, and if the subject's dead, I'll put like a wee secret message in it, like a wee heart, and a wee date of birth, or whatever like that, and only between me and the person Bennett knows it's there.
See,
you know, stuff like that, just make it that wee bit more personal.
A TNT, tiny noticeable things.
Yeah.
They matter, man. They matter not just as an artist, but they matter as the person who's buying it. And the person who's buying it will be eternally grateful for stuff like that. So, and it's like, you know, the basic sales things. I'm always telling Jan, it's like the way under promise and over deliver. It should always be like that. Yeah. Unless you were buying a car for me and there was no petrol in it when you bought it.
Well, that's when they asked you if it was later on. You didn't know what I was talking about. That's the time I put petrol in the car.
That's a wee green thing, wasn't it?
Aye, the wee Vauxhall Astra or something like that.
It's a Peugeot.
Peugeot. Aye,
that's right. The transformer thing on the front yet, the back yet.
Aye.
Small world, man. You were still staying in White City then.
Oh, across the way from it. I was still in White City.
White City. Is it still White City?
It's still known as White City.
There's a place in here, man, across from the police station.
That's a whole, that's the way.
I seen that was bulldozed. That's a whole other story, how I ended up in there one night. But I've still no criminal record, by the way, just to let you know. It was always an interesting night out in there, wasn't it?
I know, I was good back in the day.
I just thought, you know, when we're out there and we're doing our thing, we're still the same people. we've just evolved. I think people that don't know you, and I say this all the time to the team. I'm like, we get more support for people, apart from yourself, people who don't know us.
Mm-hmm.
You get more support for that. And my new thing on the TikTok is I'm telling people that on the TikToks, that means sound old. That makes me sound like
On
an old
that
man, doesn't
TikTok,
it?
aye,
On
the net.
TikTok. It's about your circle being small, because artists and creatives and people that they'll not lift you up because they're jealous. The most jealous people are the ones who are close to you, and that's not right, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
But people who you don't know, and I've seen it with you when I've gone on, I've seen people who have bought paintings and they elevate it and they tell people, etc. But another reason why I like going on and try and find your comments is because you're no shy at telling people. I've seen some nasty folk on again your comments, and you're just like, it must have got to do with you, or maybe a wee bit more ruder that I can't say on the camera.
I know, it gets you in the bar.
It does, though. No, it does. The thing is, it gets you respect with other people because people have opinions. That's all right. Keep them to yourself, man. Because it's back to the kid thing. It works the same way when you're an adult.
It's not that. I wouldn't say it to your face, and that's my biggest gripe. Don't say it to the face, and don't say it at all. I mean,
if you don't, But hey, the world is a better place with you in it, Stevie. Well, I'm glad we came through. I'm glad we stayed a wee bit longer and managed to get here for a podcast. And it'd be good to get you down to Berry.
and they come down.
It would also be good if we'll pay for you to come on Ian's class and do one of Ian's classes for a day. I think you could learn a lot, and he'll use two of the same people. The way he paints and the way you talk, use are two people, and that's something that we'd be willing to do and get you done.
Cheers, thank you.
It'd be good to meet you. That's it, man. We've only paid for the room by the hour, man. We're poor artists, so if you want to support us, get him support Stevie Boy, and then get on to jagart82.com and on buy the paintings and whatever else. But in all serious jokes, man, thanks very much, Stephen, man. You're a big part of my life, never mind the journey, man, and you've seen me at my worst states, and now you get to see me at my best.
No, I wouldn't say worst time, but I've been there at the worst parts of your life,
So it's nice to have you here in this journey as well. When it gets too close to like compliments and stuff, I always back off. I can't handle it.
That's it. I mean, it was always your wee mum and all that kind of thing. It was always being hard.
And again, that's folk think that people just assume that it's the jet. It isn't, man. It's about the Stephen show and the Jan show and all the other team that you don't see. The only thing is, because my mum's no longer here, that it's James Alexander Gaffney Art 1982. And at the box, as he's all probably sick of me saying, that's the only box you're going to get me in. Unless it's the one where I'm departing, and you can all come and cry at my graveside.
Burn it.
But thanks very much. And guys, listen, please do, all joking aside, man, if you're thinking of doing something art creative, reach out, man. I'm happy to sit and talk to people, or
I'm happy to give
any
hints or tips.
It's always suggestions. It's never something like demands. That's where Jag Art 82 and the people who are in the circle and the fold of the team are people who will share the knowledge and share how they got there. All the good and the bad. That's how we learn, and that's how we survive and keep going, man. And now we're thriving because we've survived. That's it. Getting emotional. It's getting good. Please tune in next time when we have another fantastic creative. Actually, it's Rona for air. We've got Rona next week as well. You can tell when I start doing A's that I'm bumbling along. Thanks very much, Steve.
Cheers.
And don't forget to follow and subscribe and all the other things. We have a fantastic lineup this year. And also, remember, it's just a suggestion. Be kind to yourself because you deserve it. And there's 24 hours in a day. If you're not having a good day when you watch this, don't worry. You may possibly get another one tomorrow if we're lucky. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have a creative journey you'd like to share on Imagination Station Network, drop us a wee message.